What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek Babble, a show where the cast and crew of Boston Movie Geeks gets to dive into topics that have popped up during the weeks prior or the week at hand. I have a great panel today, starting with the guy on my right or left, depending on how you're looking at the screen, I guess. That would be Roberto Terrones, listed as Roger Eberto.
Yeah, I put that last time. I totally forgot to erase it.
That's
but
good.
Anyway, I'm Berto. Oh yeah, that's
Berto. Berto's coming to us from Maine, guys. So we said it the last time he came to us from Maine. If we see any hillbillies pull him off into the woods, there's no saving him.
Yeah, no, it's all darkness around me. I have no idea what's about to happen. It could have turned into friggin' what do you call it? Deliverance up here in a minute. You never know.
Just listen for that banjo, man. If you hear the banjo, just run inside and lock the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then right beside him, we got a guy who's a pretty regular on Geek Babble. We got Chris Crow. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Fresh off a victory in movie trivia battles teams.
Oh,
yes.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. It was a fun match. It was a funny match, more importantly.
Yeah. It was very funny. The teams is working out really great. In fact, Drew and Berto, you guys need to start figuring out who your team's partners are going to be. We're coming up.
Sorry. I've been ignoring those messages. I gotta. My bad.
I'm the worst. No, I'm right.
Sometimes there's like 50 messages in a row, and I'm like, I can't read all these.
Yeah, like the main message gets buried, and I'm like, oh, they're just like
just shooting the shit.
They're just busting each other's balls at this point.
The co-host with me last week for movie trivia battles teams, Dan Bagarella. How you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Excellent. Dan, in the background there behind you, I noticed you have some kind of a light on the floor situation. I thought it was
I do.
I thought it was one of the traps from Ghostbusters really quick when I saw it.
Oh, look at that. That's somebody who understands lighting right there.
Yeah, it's backlighting because the light right here is right above my face. So if I don't have the backlighting, I'm just like pasty white ghost.
Oh, see, I don't know anything about lights. I got these fucking big ass things right here, just aimed right at me. So
it's working for you.
Yeah, I'm okay being the pasty white ghost. I guess.
I thought you were gonna ask me about this old ass sewing machine I have here.
I don't even see it. Is that a sewing machine?
Yeah, that thing.
Is it decorative?
It's functional. It's all folded in on it, but I don't know. It's my parents. They're moving, so they're loading crap up in my basement. I'm losing space in my office.
Dan, I don't tell you what we're going to do is we're going to take up a collection at the end of this episode to get you some figures or something like that to load.
Yeah, that empty slot over there. Yeah.
Oh,
that's perfect.
That's my bookshelf filled with my knickknacks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Hook. It's like the Lost Boys, when they imagine food. Like he has a full collection there. Right. You just have to believe.
We'll put this over there.
I just see like dozens of pops, like pop figures right there.
Yeah.
All pops.
The food that they eat looks a lot like our background here in this fucking.
It really does, yeah.
Gross. Drew, with that awesome Hook drop in. How you doing, buddy? You haven't been on a show like this in a while.
I know. No, it's good. I don't have this like looming pressure, to compete right now. So it's fun.
Yeah,
just
fresh off of
the shit.
Last time you played, I believe you beat me. So I haven't competed in one sense. So
well, you just spoiled the hell out of movie trivia battles right
You're
there.
Right, I did. That's terrible of me. Whatever. They know.
Andy's rocking the old school Monster Mass t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's one of the few
classic.
shirts that still fits me and isn't in tatters.
Before we get into the topics today, guys, Dan and Drew, you guys both have kids on the way. How far away are we waiting for these guys?
Oh,
Drew's on the spot. He's like, I don't know when my kids.
We're 75% there because I was saying earlier, I'm like, it's like having a medium well burger. Like that's pretty well done. It's there.
So it's bad is what you're saying.
No, yeah, exactly.
I got like 10 or 12 days.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like Thanksgiving around that time, but yeah, that's imminent.
Yeah, Dan's obviously going to be a first-time dad here. So Drew, give him some good advice, quick.
Drew, what do I bring to the hospital for the delivery? Snacks?
Yeah, snacks.
Alcohol.
Snacks, water, alcohol.
One of those Men in Black bind eraser pens so you can get rid of the horrible images you're going to see.
I just use it on myself.
Some
Oh,
sort of like.
I thought you meant use it on your wife so she forgets and you can just take off.
You don't even have to go out to buy a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, you just move to the next town.
My advice for
sorry,
hospitals would be just bring something like comfy pillows and a sleeping bag, because that shit's very uncomfortable.
Let me tell you something. Another one. Make sure you have the most comfortable pair of sneakers in the world, because if it's a long pregnancy or long birth, you're gonna be standing there for fucking ever on your feet.
Yeah.
Great.
So
I just picture Duffy out in the hallway playing movie trivia battles while his wife's giving birth.
that did not happen.
Yeah, he's like pooping, and he's like, how many centimeters dilated? Oh, we're only halfway there. All right, let's continue.
I'll tell you. Truth be told, when my daughter was born, my wife she had to like go off for something or other. I don't know what the hell she had to leave the room for, something with the doctors. So I was in the room with just my daughter for a while. Fucking Rambo came on the TV, and I was just sitting there like, this is the busy. I'm like, pay attention, kid. This is exactly how my parenting style is going to be for the rest of your life.
It's a long road when you're on your own.
That's right. All right, guys, let's get into the topics of today's show. Start off on a little bit of a somber note here. I think everybody pretty much was unexpectedly hit by this news. Chadwick Boseman, everybody's favorite character from the Marvel movies, Black Panther, everything like that. 42 with Jackie Robinson. He had colon cancer. Nobody knew, and he lost his battle with it, and it was a freaking big shock. I don't think no one around him knew really, except his family. I was literally finishing up an episode of Movie Trivia Battles or something like that, and then I went upstairs. I was like, "Oh, Chadwick Boseman died." I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what do you mean he died? What happened?" It shocked me.
To me, that was like almost as big as when I found out Kobe died. Like that was like I just couldn't believe it.
Black Mamba, now Black Panther.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. Like I thought, like in my head, I was like, "Am I just not following the news? Am I the only one who didn't know that?" Like that's what I thought first, is that I was like just being ignorant that I didn't know he had cancer. You know?
So if the timeline is correct, he pretty much had cancer in the entire run of being Black Panther, right?
At the very least, well, I mean, he started off obviously in Civil War. Was his first appearance. Yeah. He may have not had it filming that movie, but I'd say it was shortly after that he got it.
And nobody in the production had any clue, any hints that something was going on.
What I heard was he filmed the last 3 movies that he filmed, which is like the Five Bloods.
Really good.
And 2 other ones, he was like in between production shoots. He was going for chemotherapy and stuff. And production crew had no idea.
It's fucking crazy, man. I mean, that's
insane. That's like willpower that I will never have. Like, I can't even do my chores when I'm hungover, let alone like, you know what I mean? Like, right? Like that's insane. Like,
yeah.
Like it was funny. They were showing. I think it was ABC was showing Black Panther with no commercial breaks the other night, and like I didn't plan on watching it, but then I'm like, well, there's no commercial breaks. I might as well just keep watching this.
Right.
And the fight with Killmonger. And I'm like thinking in retrospect, I'm like, this dude is like in better shape than I can ever possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And like now knowing that he was probably sick as a dog and like weak as hell from chemo, it's just crazy.
Even in the scenes at the end of Infinity War, when they're in that wherever they're filming that, which was probably really hot. Whatever that open area they were, I don't know where they were filming it, but I mean, now he's going to stand. He's going to be in costume. He's going to move around, and he's going to act all while he has cancer in the heat.
Yeah.
That's nuts to me. And nobody knew except for people really close to him. And on top of that, he had time and energy to go to hospitals and visit other kids with cancer.
That's the thing that gets me the worst, dude. Like literally, these videos of him with these kids who they know are they're at the late stages of their disease too, and he's trying to be strong for them and give them the performance. I mean, there's literally an interview with him tearing up because he's like, I need to get this character right. I need to get this accent right for these kids, and to know that he himself is fighting this same disease. It's horrible, man. It really hit me hard.
Oh yeah,
it's freaking terrible.
I was actually very surprised. I thought he was much younger than 40. What was he? 43.
43.
43.
You just see, yeah. I don't know. He looked younger to me. He looked like a little bit older than us.
Yeah. No, I mean, 43 is
No.
still super young to lose a battle to
It
cancer.
is.
He looked better than all of us.
With
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah, no shit. He would look so much better in my lighting than I do right now. And like, oh, it's fucking honestly, it was like at first when my wife told me, I was like, no, you must mean not Chadwick Boseman. You must mean the guy from Seinfeld.
Right. Somebody a lot
Chadwick
older.
Bosworth or something like that. And I was like, and I don't care about him. Like, Jesus
Right.
Christ. I mean, that's horrible to say too. I know that's horrible to say. But like, honestly, this character, as a white guy, this character meant a lot to me. I can't imagine what it'd be like to be like an African American who loves this character and finally had a character like this representing everything that they hope for in a comic book movie or any movie, and to have that taken, it's just fucking terrible. You know,
a lot of young kids were fucking devastated by that. Like the first representation they saw, that dude died. I can't even imagine it. Like, it's such a bummer. Such a bummer, man.
it is. It's fucking terrible.
And from what I heard is that he was fully expecting to do Black Panther 2, like toward the end. Like that's what I read, is that he was like fully expecting to beat it and get ready, start putting weight back on.
That's why he didn't tell people, because he was like, I'm not even going to put it out there that people need to be concerned about this because I'm going to beat it. And colon cancer is I think he was stage 3 when he found out, so that's pretty late. But if you find out early enough, it's one of the ones you can get treated for. So it's it's fucking terrible.
And they say, like, what is it? 40 is that like that's the point at which you should be getting screenings. And it's like he probably got diagnosed right before that point in time. If he was 43.
Yeah, I thought like late 40s, 50s, like early 50s is like around that time when you should be.
Well, it also depends on your family history.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that freaks me out, though. Honestly, all that freaks me out because, like, and I'm sure, like, for anybody it would, but like, obviously, Drew and Dan will know soon enough. Like, as soon as that happened, I was thinking of my kids. Like, what would happen if I were to contract a disease like this? Like, I don't know. And I mean, Chadwick Boseman, who was in great shape, he had money to go to the best doctors. Like, he lost the battle to this. If it happened to me, I'd be screwed. I'd be done immediately.
I'd be screwed. I don't have a will yet, so.
Neither do I. Isn't that horrible?
No, it's not horrible.
Me and my wife, like, it's one of those like finality things. I feel like as soon as we enact a will, we're gonna die, or something like that.
Oh, it's like Final Destination. Like you've like written your destiny by setting it on like ink to paper.
Yeah, we need to
just don't tell your daughter where it is. She'll find that knife and she'll.
Yeah, you got to create like a scavenger hunt to find it. I'm sorry to make light of a pretty grim situation with Chadwick passing away, but
you have to though. You have to, otherwise, come on, man. You can't let that horrible, negativity get you. You got to make jokes sometimes. You know what I mean? So, you're not making fun of him.
No.
So let's talk about the legacy.
Right.
So he had an amazing movie, and I mean, he didn't get that sequel that might have ruined that. But you know what I mean?
That's an interesting way to think of it.
Like he had one kick-ass movie and like a handful of really kick-ass ensemble appearances.
Right.
But like,
I honestly, like, I've notoriously said that like I didn't love Civil War. One of my it's mid-tier Marvel for me. I know a lot of people. Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorites. It's not one of mine at all. But I'm a huge fan of the comic, and I thought that was like the way that it came about. But that's not important. But what is important is that out of that movie, Black Panther was my favorite part of the movie. Him and Bucky. I was like, they're fucking like, this is great. I love these two characters, and it was just. From there, the characters only got better. He was great in his own movie. He was great in the Avengers movies moving forward. It's just, it's so devastating that a character that everybody loved, like you across the board. I don't know anyone who had a problem with Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa,
honestly great in pretty much anything he was doing. I mean, when you think of the other characters that he played, he was Jackie Robinson in 42.
Yep.
I have not seen though. Oh man.
I was
won't-
watching
I
a
won't
bit of
spoil it
it the other night. It was good.
He's
He
good.
played,
He's good in 42. He's good in Get On Up.
Get On Up. He's James Brown. He's
James Brown.
Thurgood Marshall in Marshall. I mean, like these are like
Iconic.
Yeah.
iconic people
black
that
characters.
he is portraying, and he
Not
does
even characters, as people.
right. He does such a good job at anything that he does, and I mean, it's just
And they all
And-
felt like different characters too. Like they didn't feel
Exactly.
like he literally changed his accent. He changed his mannerisms for every one of them. He was a great actor. Like I'll go off on. I can talk for hours about how I think what's his face is oh god, what's his name? I can't remember it now. Jesus Christ, Denzel Washington is the same character in every movie he plays. He's always Denzel Washington, and like, I know. I'll die on that hill alone. I know that, but I'm just saying that's how I feel about him. But like this guy did not at all. Like Russell Crowe, I feel the same way about him too. But
And I feel like even beyond the Black Panther movies, he had like so much potential to be like an actual like A-lister.
That's what bums me out. It's like the same thing. Like, remember when like Philip Seymour Hoffman passed away? Like I was so pissed off because he had so much left to give us, even though he was in some of the greatest fucking like roles like ever. From the
But
Master.
he was rolling there though, Berto. Like he literally, because at the beginning of his career, he was like nothing. Like he popped up in Twister as like an extra,
Right?
And then all of a sudden he started getting these good roles and realized he could act, and he was rolling through all these great movies, and then he died. So it's the same thing with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that's what I'm pissed off is how much we're gonna miss out on. You know what I mean? Aside from the fact that his family and everybody's devastated, I would love to have seen what he would have done in the future as he got older,
Right.
and more experienced. And, oh, man.
Yeah.
Sucks. It fucking sucks, man.
He's up there with Heath Ledger and Philip
Right.
Seymour Hoffman for me in terms of like these amazing actors that just cut way too short.
Way too short.
Yeah.
Way too short.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's been happening throughout the history of music and film.
Yeah.
So many people got
Like
cut short.
what is it? The 27 Club?
Yeah,
It's like all the musicians and actors.
How old was Philip Seymour Hoffman? Was he 43?
I think he might have been a little older.
He was
I can look it up
he was at
real
least 50, I think.
I would hope
mean,
he was older than
quick.
43.
He fucking looked older because he didn't really take care of himself.
He didn't take care of himself. No.
Let me see. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't know how we got
Hey,
there.
that's Philip Seymour Hoffman. That's going to dovetail nicely into our Mission Impossible.
There you go.
We'll
There
bring
you
him
go.
back up.
He was 46.
One thing that I want to touch on here, and I would hate to, I don't even want to talk, honestly, this is something I wouldn't even want to talk about, but this is a show called Geek Babble. It's known for having large comic tangents. With Black Panther 2 still being in the works, it's going to have to happen. What do you guys think is the appropriate way to move forward with this character and
in
with
my
whoever they're
opinion,
going to go to?
It doesn't need to happen.
Yeah,
But it's gonna.
yeah,
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna.
Dude, it's too Wakanda itself is too money, and it's too prominent in the world they've built to just be like, okay, we're gonna forget about Wakanda for the rest of our
So they have to
you think they're gonna make it?
make a different Black Panther.
right.
It can't be T'Challa. It has to be somebody else.
It's
It's gonna be
definitely
a sister. It's
I
gonna be
agree.
a sister, right?
I would
That's-
be
that's
okay.
my
That's
thing,
what
too.
happened in the comics.
It does.
I would actually be okay with that.
So there's all these.
Then that's what they're gonna do then.
I would assume it's going to be the sister. I think that's the best scenario for even telling the movie, even from this standpoint of having Chadwick passed away. The best story to tell next would be how the sister is dealing with the loss of her brother and how to become the ruler and the hero that he was. So I think that's the compelling story to tell. But I see a lot of people are also clamoring to like, hey, bring back Killmonger. I'm like, don't fucking bring back Killmonger.
No.
He died pretty definitively in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's a shitty situation to try to even talk about it.
I don't remember her name, but
Shuri.
Shuri. That's her.
she's a great actress, so she could totally carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she's the smartest character in the MCU, is what they're saying.
Yes.
Which makes it even more of a good idea because they're gonna need stuff going forward now that they don't have their Avengers.
They don't have
Right.
Iron Man anymore
Yeah.
either, so they're gonna need another smart tech
Well, I've been telling
techie type person.
right. I've been telling Duffy for like a year. Ever since Endgame came out, that Marvel's just gonna
Every
go.
episode, Dan, every fucking episode of Geek Babble, Chris Crow, Marvel is dead.
What happened the last time?
It's not dead, but it's going to go.
It's ebbs and flows. It's
They
gonna
have nowhere to
swing
go
down,
but
it'll
down. They
go.
reached the peak.
Well, what if they eventually got the rights to the X-Men?
They
you
do
know?
have the rights to the X-Men.
They
have
do. All right.
Fantastic Four.
And fantastic. They got them all. They got them all now, except for like.
So there we go. So there's plenty of ways to go, man.
Didn't Spider-Man bounce back to Sony at some point?
No, he did, but then
Mhm.
both Sony and Disney were like, you know what? Both of the fan bases are going to be really pissed if we don't come to an agreement.
Yeah,
Right.
seriously.
We're getting
for-
some kind of money. Let's make this work.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be the best with the MCU. I mean, the Homecoming and Far From Home are the two best Spider-Man movies we've ever seen ever. You know,
Yes.
like you've never done better.
Except Into the Spider-Verse, but that's animated.
I love that movie. I love that.
But
That's great.
the only other character that I could see them maybe going the route for is M'Batu. I feel like his
Oh.
character
Oh yeah.
historically in the comics, bad guy in the
Yeah,
comics.
and
but-
he Manape in the
Yeah,
comics?
Manape in the comics. I
Yeah.
feel like he's a character that absolutely you've turned that character out to be a hero in the world of Wakanda. So he would
Right.
be a good replacement too if you don't want to go the Shuri route. But I think still, even with that on the table, maybe Shuri is your best bet to honor Chadwick Boseman and the character that they created with him and move forward with. But
Hell
You
yeah.
know, it'll fit in with their Lady Thor and their
oh my God, Chris, are you kicking out or what?
like Black Widow, Lady Thor.
I don't. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Someone's got like an
There's
echo
an
going
echo.
on though.
Does anybody?
It's great. Who's not using headphones?
Everybody's got headphones.
Yeah, I'm using
Oh, wow.
headphones.
Weird. Interesting.
That is weird.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's okay.
I wish we had Shuri here to figure that out for us.
No shit. But I wonder, do you think there's any like, are they gonna do like the Princess Leia thing where there's unused footage from
Oh.
Black Panther that they're gonna weave into it and
Right.
give them a send off?
Oh, I bet. I bet they'll like use some flashback shit. You know.
Yeah,
But, like,
I can
Just
see.
do it better. Just do it better.
as long as they don't like
Yes.
Grand Moff Tarkin him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, somebody's.
I think they could digital him in and have him like be in that like whatever the hell that astral plane is that they go to,
Right.
and you see him walk off and become a panther, right? Like you don't even
Yeah.
have to necessarily have any speaking roles, obviously, but yeah, it's fucking terrible. It's terrible. This is terrible news. It's terrible to like talk about what could happen moving forward. Like we shouldn't even now, a week or two removed, we shouldn't even be talking about it. I feel
Yeah, but
like.
that's because we want to see more of him, and we're trying to figure out how we might be able to see more of him. It's
Right.
It's only natural, you know.
All right.
Does
Well,
he,
we'll-
Is
go
it
ahead.
sorry, did he have any movies that he filmed that are forthcoming?
Yes, I think there is. I think there is one that's still coming out. I don't remember anything about it though. I thought I heard that whatever the movie he just finished filming, all it is posts that they were working on. So
Did he actually film any Black Panther 2 stuff?
no,
No. And this.
they
Ma
might be.
Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yep.
That's the one.
There might be some like cutting room floor footage from the first Black Panther, but
Yeah, but all right, guys, we'll move on to much happier topics, and the next happy topic is
Pattinson has COVID. Oh, I'm sorry.
yes,
yes,
Much happier.
much happier.
So
It is,
fun.
but it is much happier than the last topic.
It's pretty
Obviously-
ironic, right? Because didn't COVID come from bats? Like,
Yes,
that's where it originated from.
So,
Yeah.
Rob Pattinson tests positive for COVID-19 on the set of Batman, thus shutting him, at least his scenes down, I guess, for 14 days. And
Yeah.
this brings a larger question in, not only does it suck that he contracted it, I mean, the trailer just dropped and everybody's all hyped for it. Does it, for any movie moving into production again right now, does this mean that they're going to need to start doing like NBA-style bubbles or NHL-style bubbles for people that are working on these movies?
So
Well,
Are they not?
so
No.
Are
not
they
really.
not wearing masks and shit? Like the crew's not wearing
No,
masks?
but I mean like isolated bubbles, and then they get transported to the fucking.
Well, no. From what I've heard, they have implemented some like new things on sets where like the lighting department will go in alone, set up, leave. You know, the rigging department, the caterers will come. Like normally everybody would come in at once, but I've heard that they're doing it staggered now, which is making shit take way longer. But I don't know if they're doing that on every movie set or if it's just on television. I don't know. Rob Lowe was just talking about that actually.
But I don't think that they're isolating their actors though. Like when they leave and they go to like their hotel, they're still living their normal. I'm going to go get a coffee.
Right. So they can go out and bring it back in.
Right.
The Rock and his family got tested positive for COVID too.
Right.
Well, The Rock will beat that shit. You know, just a little extra fucking deca ball in the arm and.
Well, The Rock already said that his family's already on the way out from it. They had it for a while now. So, but Pattinson just fucking got it. So,
but you're gonna see it pop up as more productions start.
Right.
You know, so I don't think there's anything you could do.
I know. I know. I agree. It's like the worst thing ever. Like all we have at home for us is watching these movies and stuff like that. And now we're getting to the point where like literally even the people making the newer stuff that we want to see are getting affected by it. So we can't even fucking see the movies.
They're just gonna refilm Batman and everyone's gonna be in masks. Like every movie we're gonna see from now on, people are gonna be wearing masks.
I think they should make lemonade with this and like have a very small crew with like, you know, like a second unit director go in and film him as Bruce Wayne, but like really sick and just like it would be the rawest, most real.
He gets poisoned by
poison ivy or something. Yeah.
He dies on film.
Oh man.
terrible.
Oh man.
I felt the effects before.
It's like one of those things. It's like the only way is to just completely shut down every production, which is never going to happen. You know, like there's too much money involved. You know, I don't know. It's hey, you know, the trailer looked awesome. I hope they figure something out because I just rewatched it again before this podcast and I love that scene where he beats the shit out of that guy, like where he grabs his arm and fucking oosh, and then he goes and coughs on him. Oh man.
See, this is the thing, and I said this in the last episode too of Geek Babble, but like I have friends like my buddy Dave Hampton, notorious DC hater, and he hates Rob Pattinson. He's so mad when he got cast as Batman and all this stuff. And I'm like, so you don't believe that this guy could possibly give you a good Batman just because he did Twilight? He's like, no. And then sure enough, after that trailer drops, he messages me. He's like, look, he goes, I still think he looks like shit as Bruce Wayne. He's like, but he could do Batman, I guess.
Like, people said the same shit. People said the same shit when Ledger got casted as the
That's
Joker.
right. Last episode.
Like, oh, he's a pretty boy, and like he doesn't have the chops to play that type of.
He did Brokeback and all that. Yeah,
he was really good in everything he did.
Yeah.
Everybody hated on Affleck, and I think Affleck was fucking great. I know that's a controversial thing to say, but I think Affleck was the best.
Affleck was a good Batman in a bad movie. That's
what I'm saying. Like the only redeeming parts of Batman vs Superman were the Batman parts.
Right.
They got it right in him working out, him talking to Alfred, him fucking
Alfred.
Alfred. Yeah, Alfred.
Sorry.
Alfred. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bummer that he's done. You know.
No, he's not.
Well, he's not done.
Right? Isn't he coming? They're doing that Flashpoint movie. He's coming back, right?
He's back. Did you not see that news story in Maine?
No, I just thought he was coming back for reshoots on the Snyder Cut.
He's also going to be in the Flash movie with Michael Keaton.
Right. Okay. So, yes, I did read that. Okay.
That's too many Batmans.
Well, it's in Flashpoint. It makes sense. He's jumping like parallel universes and shit.
Right.
Different Earths, but yeah, it's a bummer off the heels of that movie. I feel like, or that trailer rather. I feel like a lot of people were like, man, this Batman movie's gonna be fucking sick. And then like this guy literally gets sick on his first week back to shooting. That sucks.
Well, maybe we'll get it in like 2023.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I just
What do
because
you
like
got?
I know a whole bunch of movies have gone back to filming now. So I really hope they do a better. Maybe this is a wake up call for all of them. Like, yeah, we need to make sure. Like, it sucks to do that to people, to actors, especially when they're not with their families and shit, where they're in fucking wherever they're filming these movies, and to isolate them even further is terrible. But I mean, they're fucking contracted employees. I feel like you can just tell them
Right.
like you're not going anywhere.
It's not like they're making peanuts either. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So are they shutting down production for 2 weeks until he's better?
So originally,
And
that's what
everybody
I heard.
shows that they're not getting sick.
Originally, that's what I heard, but I think that they did like the rush testing for everybody who had any scenes with him or had contact with him, and they're gonna keep moving forward with all the scenes that don't involve Batman right now until he's back.
Oh, like the fucking Penguin dude. He looked crazy.
Isn't that Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell, man. Oh my god.
I didn't even recognize him.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Neither did I. I'm like, who
Yeah.
the fuck is that guy? Like, I love Batman. I didn't even think that was the Penguin when I saw that
Yeah.
scene. And then sure enough, I look at it again. I'm like, wow, he's fucking scary looking.
And I don't think they showed it in the trailer, but I like the casting of Paul Dano as the Riddler.
Oh, Paul.
Right.
Oh, Paul Dano's the Riddler. No shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that guy. I love him and
Yeah.
There'll Be Blood. There'll Be Blood, Paul Dano. Oh my god.
Amazing.
Well, I
yeah.
think that's probably the role that probably was like, let's bring this, because he was the first time I saw him was Little Miss Sunshine, and he was pretty good in that
wow.
too.
Yep.
But
He's good in Looper. He's awesome.
Looper.
oh yes,
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
he's awesome in Looper.
I like him as Brian Wilson in that.
With
yeah.
the John Cusack one.
Yeah, he actually looks like a young Brian Wilson.
Yeah,
Cusack looks nothing like Brian Wilson.
No, but you know what? I feel like Cusack was a good representation of older Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like him, and they don't look at all alike. So,
No, I know.
but that was a good movie. Yeah. So Batman, he's got COVID.
May or may not happen. We don't know.
Dirty boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really hope in 2 weeks we're not talking about how they're gonna salvage that movie. Knock
we'll
on
see.
wood.
All right, we'll roll right into our next topic here. Next topic, and I know not everybody's seen it, but this weekend, The Boys season 2 dropped, or at least the first 3 episodes, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. So, guys who have seen Drew, you haven't seen any episodes.
Yeah, can I get a 20-second high-level overview of what this show
of the
about?
show?
Yeah,
Sure. It is a comic book based show from a graphic novel series, and it's super violent. It's set in a world where superheroes are kind of assholes for the most
Oh,
part.
okay.
And
Like kind of like the Watchmen. It's got some vibes.
Or like Kick-Ass.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But these are like real superpowered beings that
Mhm.
can get away with a lot of disgusting shit because
Oh,
who's
like
gonna stop them?
I'm invisible and I'm like
Oh, that's
creeping on people showering. and shit.
that's literally a character in the first season you just talked
Oh,
about.
all right.
Yeah, that is what the first season's about. Is the invisible guy.
So the series is the comic series, I should say, is based on this group of people who are hired by the government to kind of keep superheroes in check, and those are the Boys. The series is a little different than that, but it's the same premise. A group of people who hate superheroes kind of come together, and they're like, we're gonna fucking. Basically, Carl Urban's like in his words, like we're gonna fuck these cunts, and like
Yeah. He says cunt a lot.
he
Yeah.
does.
He's
but
great.
but it's really just a it's kind of like a not dirty dozen. That's not the right word, but it's like a ragtag group of like nobodies, basically being like, we're gonna go fucking knock out all these superheroes and like you gotta.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't want to give it
scumbags.
more. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want to give it
they're
more details than that, but. It's really cool though, and it's really dirty, like really grimy, really gruesome, and the characters themselves, these superheroes, they're fucking crazy to watch on screen. These actors, they do a really good job.
I like it. I'm a big fan. I
Me
like
too.
the show a lot. Yeah.
Me too.
So
Like,
it villainizes these people with superpowers,
right?
essentially.
Not all superheroes. Like there's one or two that are at least decent people.
Mhm.
But for the most part, every superhero you'll come into contact with in the show is a fucking asshole. So
Right. It very much the way Watchmen did it. It almost humanizes them in a way of like they have flaws. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, but it's more on the vulgar side where like Alan Moore didn't really. It wasn't as fuck this. Like fuck that. Like it wasn't as gruesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like showing what happens like when you have that much power and how corrupt you get. That kind of thing.
Right.
Like,
If superheroes were real, it would be like the
Right.
Boys.
Definitely.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
like for example, like what's his name? Homelander is like kind of like the Superman archetype, but he's also kind of a sociopath because he's like, I can do anything and nobody can kill me, so fuck it. He's
Yeah.
probably
Literally a god. He's literally a god, and
Yeah.
like he's got all of Superman's abilities, but like he's like portrayed as this Captain America, like kind of
Right.
like good old boy bullshit.
Right.
But he's like absolutely just like a conniving like sociopath. So
Yeah, they got corporations that
fund them.
and put up their image. So like
they got
yeah, they get
They
like
get a PR team.
yeah,
Oh
They
yeah.
do. No, they do.
yeah, they do.
Well, also,
Elizabeth-
it's worth mentioning.
Elizabeth Shue's in the first season as like the head of the PR team.
Right, exactly. Yeah, she sort of like coaches them all. Like, but it's worth mentioning that there's a team called the Seven, which is like the celebrity group of heroes, right? And it's not the only 7 people with powers. There are many people with powers out there, but you can kind of like audition to be one of the 7. It's almost
It's like
like
the Justice League if the Justice League was like a publicity stunt.
marketed, celebrity style, yeah. And the boys are like, motivated by Carl Urban's quest for vengeance. Some shit happened. I mean, it's tough when people haven't seen the show on the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, like what I'm supposed to say.
So
Did you know?
the boy-
Hold on. Did you know? I had until I just watched a video with them. I had no idea. Did you know that the kid who plays Huey is Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan's daughter?
kid. Yeah.
Or son,
really?
rather.
Yeah.
He's a daughter. Yeah. I didn't know that.
He really does have powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then once you find out, you realize that he has Meg Ryan's face, and it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, and
I gotta
he literally looks like the perfect combination
Yeah.
of Dennis Quaid and her.
Oh,
And it was
really?
like, how did I not even pick up on this?
I gotta look.
that
this
was
shit
like
up.
in like Stranger Things. That new character in the last season is the
No,
daughter
Uma
of
Thurman's
Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Who?
The one that works at the ice
The one
cream
that works at
Yeah.
the same place with what's his name?
Oh my
The one
god,
the one who says dingus.
dude,
Yeah.
she looks just like Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
This is so weird. Me and my nana were just talking about her last night. We were watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think she pops up in that at some point. I'm pretty sure she does. But anyway,
She's
the boys.
great in
My
that.
bad.
Yeah. She does. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
who are the boys? Is that Carl
Yeah.
Urban's?
She runs
like-
away. She runs
team.
away from.
So yeah, so the boys are it's Carl Urban. He plays a guy named Billy Butcher, and then the kid we were just talking about, Huey, the son of Dennis Quaid. He's like you get introduced to the boys via him because Carl Urban takes an interest in this kid. This kid has something happen to him in the first episode that like basically like ruins him for superheroes for the rest of his life. And so so Billy Butcher, Carl Urban pulls him into like his team, which he's like reassembling because he's done this in the past, like kind of like kick superheroes' teeth in when the government needed him to. And although I don't know if they actually touch on that in the show that much, that the government's behind it, but kind of, sort of.
Oh, I was
They
gonna
do.
say
They-
that. Are they sanctioned or are they like a rogue group of people?
They're pretty much in the show. They're more rogue than they are sanctioned, but in the comic, it is like the government like gives them like kind of carte blanche to do whatever they want, but to the supers within reason.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then there's a couple other random actors you probably have never seen in anything, but they're there's 3 other characters that basically round out the boys, and it's pretty
Frenchie
awesome.
and Mother's Milk.
There you go. Somebody just pulled them up. Who's sharing this right now, Chris?
That's
No,
me.
I'm not.
What are you trying to find an image of them?
Yeah. It's not working. I'll just cancel it.
Yeah.
These stuff. But anyway.
What is that strange one with them all with pink guns?
Somebody fucking photoshopped in fucking Nerf guns. Yeah, it's pretty cool though, and there's definitely some things that are different between the comics and the show. Obviously, in the comics, because the whole show is about this drug called Compound V, which gives superheroes their abilities inherently, and in the comic, the boys inject themselves with Compound V so they can fuck with the superheroes. But
Is that what happened? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that's never that's like book 1 of the comic that happens. That hasn't happened in the show, and I don't know if they're going to go that route at all because they kind of seem to be doing their own thing that's working out. But it's really good, man. Did you watch Preacher, Drew?
Oh, Preacher's
No.
good.
So
I did not.
Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen kind of brought that to FX, and same thing. They're backing this boy show, so it's like all in the same vein. Super graphic comics.
Preacher is dope because it's got supernatural, like the show Supernatural. It's like that, but like more raunchy and raw, and I don't know. It's
just dirty. Like, it's how the comics are. It's how the comics are. They're like, we're gonna give you exactly what the comics we're gonna do.
Our space is so good.
Oh yeah. But this season of The Boys, guys. So we could talk about the first season all fucking day. We could talk about the show all day. What have you guys who have watched the first 3 episodes think of the second season thus far?
So the first question I have is, when they released the first season, did they do it with like a chunk and then one every week, or is that new for this season?
That's new this season. They last season they just dropped them all.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was wondering that too.
Where did this idea come from?
I think a lot of shows are going back to this. You'll drop a couple episodes up in the front of it to get people like hooked back in, and then to keep it in like people's conversation and keep people wanting to keep talking about the show for more than just that one weekend when they all drop everything. They're going to release them one by one.
Didn't Mandalorian do that?
Right, Mandalorian. I think that's kind of what kind of made people realize that it's plausible to do this way again, because Mandalorian did that. But
fuck that shit.
Apple TV Plus pretty much is doing that with almost everything that they have.
See, I like the. So I did not. If you had asked me before Mandalorian if I'd wanted all the episodes at once, I would have told you absolutely. I hate going week to week. But after Mandalorian, I was like excited for the new episode to drop every week.
It's refreshing in the day and age of like just like excessive, grotesque binging of shows. It's refreshing to have to anticipate and wait and think about each episode in little buckets.
And if you have water cooler talks at work or anything like that, where you can like you have friends who like watch it, you're like, dude, did you see last night's episode? Like, you don't do that when you've binged a show, because you're gonna be like, how far did you get? Oh, you didn't watch all 7 episodes of Stranger Things? Well, fuck, I'm gonna spoil it for you because I want to talk about it. Like,
Duffy, what water cooler are you going to?
Right?
That one. That's my thing right now. Is what the hell else are we doing?
Right.
Give it to me. Just let me sit there and watch it. I'm not gonna watch it all in one night. An hour-long episode.
Right.
I mean, I'll maybe do like 2 or 3 a night, and what is it, 8, 10 episodes?
Yeah, but then you blow through it in a couple days, and then in a week's time, you're like, oh, yeah, it's just a memory at this point.
Right.
I feel like when they drop an episode a week, like I said, it just gives you time to like ruminate and think about each episode and each like scene, and
right.
I don't know. You digest it more and you absorb it better.
And you can even watch the episode and not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Berto.
No, I was going to say The Mandalorian is a bad example of that, because some weeks they'd put out a 30-minute episode, other like 40 minutes. Like, that was one show they should have dropped all at the same time, in my opinion. But yes, I understand what you're saying. For other shows, yeah, it gives you like HBO still does that. Never stop doing that.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Westworld, it's once a week, and you have to. You either make the decision to go, all right, I'm going to save them up and not watch any, so that or I'm gonna watch them and just avoid, like what people are saying, like that kind of thing. But like, I don't know. I'm pretty torn on that, because I love just watching everything at once. Like,
I see both sides of it equally.
I feel like I would be in your shoes if we were still getting 22 episode seasons of shows, because like I honest to God,
just because it's a labor to get through 22 episodes.
If you even tell me that a show has 22 episodes in a season, even an older show that I haven't seen, I'm not going to watch it anymore.
Like,
it's
I watched the first season of Friends the other night.
The only exception is Lost. The first few seasons I could.
Even Lost, like that was a week-to-week show for me, and like I loved it at the time. But like, there's so many filler episodes. I can't do filler episodes anymore. That's my problem.
I think fucking episodes.
10 to 12 episodes is like the magic number. Like when you get like 6 to 8 episodes, you feel like you got, it's like a dick tease. You're like, all right, well, either they condense everything and it's like, or it's rushed. But like 10 to 12 is like that sweet spot, where there's hopefully not too much filler, but
it depends on the story they're telling.
Right,
that's true. I think that, so again, you could turn this around on itself. Game of Thrones should not have cut their episodes in the final 2 seasons. The seventh season was okay, but the eighth season definitely shouldn't have been 6 episodes.
No.
They fucked themselves by doing that and like cutting the story into these quick. Yeah, they were like an hour and a half, but like it just wasn't good because you rushed the story. There wasn't enough room for it to grow for this.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than just the episode count. You know, there's so much more going on with that fucking.
That's true. But there's again, 10 to 12 episodes I think is the perfect balance. But if a show has to go 15, 16, I'm okay with that too, as long as you are giving me shitty filler.
No, not if it's the fucking Walking Dead. I'm not cool with 16 episodes a season, but they're mid-season.
It's never been a good show. I mean, it's always sucked.
No,
Yeah,
seasons 1 and 2 were good.
No.
Yes. That was some seriously good drama.
Season 2 was bad. Season 2 was one of the worst.
Season 2 was with the girl in the barn for
I
like
love
6
that.
episodes.
They wasted like 8 episodes going, where's this little girl? And then she could like, oh my God, it was horrible.
Like hanging out with the cows in the fucking barn.
heartbreaking part of it.
I can't with that fucking show.
But I
watched it because I love zombies, but god damn, it's a fucking heap of shit.
Berto, you brought up
bad. You should have got further. How far did you get into it?
I watched all of it because I'm an idiot.
Oh my God!
But yeah, Berto, you brought up a good point that it gets to a point where it gets like weird, like Mad Max type clans fighting one another. Where like
once they got into that fucking garbage dump, and that
with the weird talking people,
the headpiece and the big spike.
This is the greatest thing I've seen on the show so far. It should have been this the whole time. Like, oh my God. That's when it started getting good. Like they meet those weird garbage women who talk strange. Oh my God!
Why did they talk strange? Why did
kingdom with like
because they're losing it. They're losing it, dude.
It's been like, I mean, how realistically Carl went from what age like 8 to age like 15? So
yeah,
like
exactly.
in that amount of time, all of a sudden people forgot how to speak English properly in the fucking South.
Hey, mental illness is a real thing, man. They can't get their meds anymore. You know, there's crazy people out there who, you know, she might have had a type A personality, couldn't get her fucking, you know, meds anymore, and she took over, and she's just like, hello, you know, like, we are, you know, garbage people. Dude, I thought that part was awesome.
Dude,
didn't they make Rick fought like a
next season?
There was like a gladiator tournament, right, between Rick and some like fucked up dude in armor.
Giant zombie with spikes, and then they got the horse people who wear hockey pads. Yeah, awesome. Great, excellent.
Yeah, that show I stopped watching immediately following that season. I was like, yeah, I think I'm done with this show.
Dude, that was when it started to go up again.
I told you that it was getting bad, and you defended it to its last. Last bit.
I defended it when Negan first showed up because I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan and I love Negan in the comics. And you were like, he's too comic booky for a TV show. I'm like, it's a fucking comic book TV show.
Yeah. It should go more comic booky.
No, but my own, I won't get into it. But my only point was the show up until then tried to keep itself based on a little bit of reality, and he just seemed a little cartoony compared to all that.
I just felt like the show was just spinning its wheels every season. Like there's no like forward narrative. It's just like they live in one area, they war with somebody, they have to leave that area. They find another area, they war with somebody, they have to leave that area, and it's just like rinse and repeat.
So I
gotta do this, Coral.
I got like 13 or 14 of the graphic novels. I don't have all of them. I know that they ended it either this year or they're going to end it this year.
No, they ended it. It's over.
The show. So I don't even know how it actually ended, but I know that there's no way that it ended in a like you hope that in a show like this it's got an actual end point or something like that, and they don't.
The show's gonna be like MASH. It's just gonna go on forever and ever.
Yeah. Look, I will say this. I like that show because I'm glad that zombies became mainstream. You know, like I've loved zombies since I was a kid. Like, you know, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, all that shit. When I heard that there was going to be an actual mainstream TV show of zombies, which I must say, Greg Nicotero doing some of the best zombie shit I've ever seen in my life.
The makeup and the prosthetics are friggin' amazing.
Kind of kept me coming back because it's the best zombies I've ever seen ever.
Oh man, I wish Faye was on this show. I wish Faye was on the show because I remember back when season 1 or 2 aired, there was a zombie in like a suit, and every time I saw him, because he popped up in a couple episodes, I was like, that looks just like Ryan Faye. Like that.
But
It was an extra on that day, and they just painted him like gray and let him walk around.
I was gonna say, amazing that are they in double-digit seasons at this point? Probably,
They're
right?
like season 17, I think. Season 16.
No way.
16.
That high.
Holy
The
shit.
Walking Dead? No.
It's got
I'll check.
maybe 13.
But what I was gonna say is that like somehow having so many seasons under their belt, they still find really unique ways to show grotesque zombies. Whether it's like, here's a dude who's all bloated from being like in water, or like,
or here's a dude who's like grown into a tree with moss on him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So okay, they're on season 11. My bad, I'm dumb.
That's still a lot for a show that literally the plot is none of us are gonna survive this, because when one of us even dies, we're a zombie automatically. So
Right. Which that
but back
anyway.
to the boys.
What were we talking about the boys?
The
God damn.
boys.
Fuck the boys. Let's talk about James Bond.
Really quick, what do you guys those who have watched it, what do you think of that twist with Stormfront's character? That's not going to spoil anything for these guys, but
she's a closet racist.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't mind the character. I feel like the actress they got for it just rubs me the wrong way, but I feel like that's what she's supposed to be doing. So,
well, she's the girl from, I don't know if you guys have watched that show on FX. It's like fucking what's it called? It's like
she's from I just looked her up today.
I Love to Hate You or some shit like that.
You're the worst.
You're the worst. That's the name of the show.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know it was her, but I knew that she looked familiar to me, and then I just happened to look her up today. But
here's what I'll say about her. I want to see her fight Homelander. That's it. I want to see her and Homelander fight, and then fuck. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm also a little confused as to what her powers actually are, because it's not until the third episode that you actually see some of it. Yeah. But still, at the same time, it's a little unclear to me.
It's hard to get. So for me, like I said, I haven't read all of The Boys, so I don't really know where the story goes. But I've read at least the first two graphics together. And her character was actually in the comics a Russian guy character named Stormfront.
She was actually a male Nazi in the comics.
Yes, a male Nazi. Yeah. Yes.
So it says her powers and ability. She has the ability to manipulate plasma. So she has charge particle manipulation.
Lightning.
So basically, she shoots lightning out of her hands. Superhuman durability and superhuman strength.
Okay.
So on this, it says she can actually withstand a blast from Homelander's deadly eye lasers. So that's cool. Little foreshadowing there. I guarantee you they're going to fight each other.
Oh, well, the trailer shows her asking him to shoot her in the chest with his eye lasers. Yeah, the trailer for the extended rest of the season.
Right.
Like I don't know if it powers her up or something like that, but like
it probably just gets off on it. She seems like
maybe, but it's such a twist. So you guys will see, Drew, if you get caught up. Yeah, basically. She doesn't come across as the character she ends up being at all.
Right. She's like a super feminist, she's from Portland, Oregon. She's a feminist character, and you think she's super progressive.
And she's a neo-Nazi.
You hear her say something very racist in the last episode when she kills an Asian man.
And not only that, dude, she kills a shitload of bystanders intentionally.
Right.
She's just like they're just there, and she's like, I'm killing you as I'm in pursuit of this character. And it's I was
like, whoa,
it's jarring.
Yeah, it is, because I did not expect it from that character. I don't know why I didn't expect it from that character. Because like I said, I know what character she was based on, but I just felt like they were kind of going a different route with it. And I don't know why I even thought that, because this show has across the board always shown these superheroes in the worst light possible, except Starlight, who's like undeniably likable and
And honestly, I think Black Noir, we're gonna find some very redeeming things about him.
You think so?
Well, you know that he loves animals. He's very distraught when that whale dies. He gives the good, that, and also he's very in touch with his emotions. He's weeping when he finds out that Compound V was administered to them and not, Right. I think that Black Noir is going to be a very interesting character.
Isn't that kind of redundant name? Black Noir.
If you see him, he's supposed to be like he's like a combination of Batman and Snake Eyes from G.I.
He looks
Joe.
like Snake Eyes. Yeah, he looks like Snake Eyes. Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
can I give you some comic book back information for that character?
Sure.
I don't know if it'll come into play in the show, but in the comics, Black Noir is actually a Homelander clone that has but he's got like mental issues, and they kind of keep him under they keep a close eye on him as a character, and he ends up
still been trained by like a fucking martial arts expert and shit like that. Like,
well, he could do everything Homelander can do, but he just is in disguise the whole time, and he ends up being like one of the main bad guys in the show.
No shit.
Yeah,
in
like in the comics, Billy Butcher is going up against Homelander, obviously thinking that his wife was like raped and murdered by Homelander. Right. It was actually Black Noir who does it, and Homelander has no memory of it because he sees himself on tape doing these things, so he thinks he's got like a mental slip, and it's crazy. You gotta watch.
That sounds way more fucking interesting.
I don't know if that's gonna happen in the show because I feel like they've already kind of jumped from that point, and I feel like
yeah.
But I mean, you saw Black Noir survive that explosion and just kind of like walk away from it. So I don't know.
Yeah, brushes it off. He's a little messed up, but that's about it. Yeah.
It's the first three episodes are very fun, very interesting. The Deep is still one of
Wrap it up, B.
The Deep is one of my favorite characters. What?
Scrooge said, "Wrap it up, B."
Yeah, all right. Sorry.
I feel like we've been talking about the boys for friggin' 10 years.
Yeah, we should chop out the whole boys part because half of these people haven't seen it.
All right.
Anyways, finish your thought. Sorry, Duffy, that was rude of me.
Dude. No, that's cool, man. I'll wait till we get started talking about. Wait till you start talking about James Bond.
G.I. Joe, yes.
G.I. James Bond.
Let's talk about G.I. Joe.
The second you start talking, I'm pulling you right out of the stream. Dan, what did you? I know you had the question about the first 3 episodes, but did you like what you've seen so far?
Yeah, so far, I'm liking it.
Yeah. I wish they drop another 3 right away, though.
Right. Like, I'd be fine with that. 3, 3, and 3, and that's 9. So I don't know how many episodes. The fuck if I know. Yeah, you do 3, 3, and 3. If it's 10 episodes, 3, 3, and 3, and then you wait a week and you do the
season finale. Yeah, be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. We've talked about the boys enough. Let's get to the topic that Drew cares about. The Drew Smith show. Let's
I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Last week we dropped the final trailer for the upcoming James Bond movie, No Time to Die. It's Daniel Craig's final James Bond movie. And what did you guys think of it? Drew, we'll go to you first.
I've only seen the trailer. I've only seen the new trailer like twice. It's interesting. Like, I feel like they're bringing back Christoph Waltz's Blofeld to be like a Hannibal Lecter type support character,
right?
Where like he's gonna help, Bond take down Freddie Mercury, and say that.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing if Freddie Mercury was the actual.
Acid burn Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm alive, bitches.
He's like, I'm immortal. But yeah, I don't know. Like, the last movie was kind of, like they did a lot of like things that, like, it was very trend. Remember that, like, it was like this trend where they always did this stupid thing where they're like, here's a character that's helping out so and so or training so and so, and then you find out halfway through the movie that they're really like some other character. Like, let's think like Batman Begins, Liam Neeson is Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Or Iron Man 3, friggin' Guy Pearce is the Mandarin. Or Star Trek, friggin' what's his name is Khan.
Yeah.
So they did that bullshit where they're like, oh, here's this guy that nobody knows, and he ends up being like the iconic villain from the Bond series. And not only that, but he's his stepbrother, right? Was that the plot of Spectre? That his dad took care of him when they were younger, and
yeah, that is that dude. So I watched
funny thing
for one time, and I was like, I'm going to Skyfall. I'm not watching it again.
The funny thing is that plot point is like a derivative of the third Austin Powers movie. where you find out that James Bond or Austin Powers and Dr. Evil are actually brothers.
Right.
When the main series starts ripping off the spoof,
Yes, that's bad.
That's bad. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping they like that whole like retcon bullcrap where they're like, oh, it was Blofeld and Spectre all along, and all these other villains from the previous Craig movies were all part of Spectre, and they weren't independent operators.
Oh,
like I hope they kind of just like
Solace or whatever the fuck they called it in the second one.
Well, yeah, Quantum was always supposed to be Spectre. They couldn't use the name, I guess, because there was some sort of lawsuit in place where like it was the dude who made that Sean Connery Bond movie in the 80s that wasn't like the main production company, and he had the rights to blow. Never Say Never Again. He had the rights to blow like the Blofeld and Spectre stuff. So yeah, that like Quantum was pretty much his Spectre, and then now that they got the rights back, they were like, okay,
we're gonna do Spectre again.
Yes.
Never say Spectre again.
So here's the thing. I feel like this one has a potential chance to actually be good, just on the fact that every other one of Daniel Craig's James Bond movies has been good. So I feel like you go Casino Royale was good, Quantum of Solace sucked, Skyfall was good, Spectre sucked. This one might go out and be good.
Spectre didn't suck. It was definitely better than Quantum.
No, it was.
I disagree. I like Quantum. I think it's better than you remember it. I think you should watch it right after Casino Royale because it's like a direct sequel to that movie.
I did
a whole marathon of all the Bond movies in a row.
No, Drew has a point. If you watch it right on the heels of Casino Royale and you pretend like it's the same movie, like it's a lot better. I went back and rewatched it a couple times and I liked it. But it's not amazing, but I liked it a little more.
Dan, what do you think about this trailer and what do you think about the upcoming Bond film?
I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm pretty much in your boat, Duffy, where I like Casino Royale, I like Skyfall, and the other two are just. I'm not sure how I feel about Rami Malek as your villain.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just not. I felt the same way about Christoph Waltz. I mean, I love Christoph Waltz and pretty much everything that he's done, and still, when I saw that, I was like. As a Bond,
that's what the Bond franchise with Daniel Craig seems to be doing is they take the most famous, most weird, interesting guy and make him the villain. Javier Bardem,
Mads Mikkelsen,
Rami Malek, Mads Mikkelsen, all the guys who they're like, this dude is on, he's on a high right now career wise, and he's kind of interesting looking. Boom, villain. Throw him in the Bond movie.
Was Mads Mikkelsen on a career high when he did Casino Royale?
I didn't know him before I saw Casino Royale.
Was he doing Hannibal yet? Hannibal was after that.
No, Hannibal was after.
Yeah. But I knew him from something.
Yeah, he had been in bit roles at that point, like character actor.
They take intriguing-looking male leads and they go like, boom, throw him in. You know what I mean? Like, because I think Javier Bardem was on the heels of No Country for Old Men. I think for when he was in which one was it?
No, that had to been like 8 years before.
He was on the heels of Vicky Cristina.
Dude, it was
Barcelona.
not 8 years before.
No. I think it was No Country was 2008.
Yeah, and Skyfall was 12, so it was like 4 years.
Right,
later.
so 3 years after, or 4 years after.
I thought No Country for Old Men was 2006.
Even 2008.
Even still, you're right. It's still closer than I thought it was. So
it was 3 years after. Yeah, No Country. Yeah.
And Dan, it is pronounced Vicky Cristina Barcelona with a TH.
That's actually a good movie. I'm not gonna lie.
If you don't say it with a TH, then you're not saying it appropriately.
I'm sorry.
Every time I can't even say Barcelona because that movie they say Barcelona so much that I have to say it that way for the rest of my life. But yeah,
you're very cultured.
But yeah,
no, I'm not. You know what though? That's the thing. I get mad when people throw random what do you call it? Random like flings on the ends of their words when they shouldn't, and that's me with Barcelona. So people are gonna. I'm a fucking.
Oh, when like people say like spaghetti or like.
Arno, you do this.
Menegot.
Yeah, like Yeah, exactly. Like
It's like
Parmesan.
like phony like linguistic flair to it or whatever.
when,
You know,
when every word that they said leading up to that word was like in plain, like perfect English, and then they're like, "Oh, but I want a little mozzarella."
Jim Jeffries has a great joke about that in his new special. He talks
really?
about that exact. Yeah, he goes like, when you go to a fucking Italian restaurant, and the guy goes, "So anyway, we have like a really good dish that's like, you know, it's made from like, you know, this and that, and it's called mozzarella." And it's like, shut up, you don't talk like that. Like, yeah, he's got a joke talking exactly about that, what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I recommend it. Jim Jeffries' new special on Netflix streaming.
Even no, but it goes that way with any food. Like I'll go into a Mexican restaurant and they'll be like for some reason the way
Carnitas.
exactly. It's like, dude, you don't have to do it. Just like
Yeah. Can I get a tortilla?
tortilla. Pico de gallo. Like, I don't know. I hate when people do that. So
now this is the anti-accent podcast where we rail against people who say things authentically.
when they have no business saying it authentically.
Right. You're American, you son of a bitch. How dare you say it?
What spurred this tangent? Oh, Vicky Cristina Barcelona. That's right.
Barcelona.
Because we were trying to figure out what Javier Bardem did between No Country for Old Men and Skyfall.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was just being creepy in other movies.
Have you guys ever seen? I'm sorry, another tangent. Have you guys ever seen? There's a show. I don't know why you. Maybe Drew would have seen it. You ever seen the show The Amazing World of Gumball?
No.
Okay, it's a kid show. But they do.
Gotta look it up.
It's one of those fucked up kid shows where they do like totally adult humors thrown in there. They have an episode where literally the family finds a box of money on their front porch, and then they're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do with this money?" And then they go out to spend it, and literally a character, like an animated character, looks just like Javier Bardem, is following them, trying to get the money back and like ramming them off the road and shit. And it's literally
is he like, what's the most amount of money you ever lost in a coin toss?
No, he doesn't speak, but he's got the same fucking like stupid haircut, and he's in like the same like blue jean outfit, like following him around. It's incredible. But at the time I was watching it with my daughter, I was like, holy shit, like this is No Country for Old Men. Like, why is this in this kid's show? Oh,
Whoa.
Yes, that's the show.
What streaming service is this?
I don't know.
Program on?
I've seen it on Disney when it was on TV on Disney or something like that. I don't know, but it's fucking
boom.
Great.
Production value right there.
There you go.
Nice. But yeah, going back to this No Time to Die, I'm kind of like over the whole like Bond's going rogue. He's not with the agency, and he's just, you know, like M's like, get him back by any means like possible. Like I just want him to just go on a mission, like working for M, and everybody's cordial, and he's just on a mission.
That is the plot to every Mission Impossible movie, is that he gets disavowed. He has to prove that he's working for the good guys, and he comes back, and they're like, boom, we fucked up again. Ethan
Well,
Hunt.
save that bit of dialogue for the last bit of the show here. But one thing that I like about this trailer, I can tell you, is it feels the most like Casino Royale out of all of them, like the action does, where it's really gritty, like right with Bond the whole time.
Yeah.
Like that car, I don't know, was that the Great Wall? I don't even know, but like he's just on that wall and that car's driving at him, and he just fucking ducks.
Oh wait, he grabs like a cable and jumps off of it.
But he dies behind that little rock, like the one rock that was there.
But he like slams against the wall pretty hard too.
He does.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh.
I like also that he's using a lot more of his like soldiering skills, because if you watch that trailer, almost every shot he's got a rifle every shot.
What about when he
every?
Isn't that like he tosses that submachine gun to whatever the Bond girl is? That was sick.
He tosses a MP7 over to her.
Yeah. I like that the car is coming into play in the last movie too, but this one where like he's finally getting his like Bond gadgets, which is interesting for like the fucking final movie to suddenly be like, oh yeah, by the way, like spy shit you can use.
That
jet that's like a submarine. What's that all about?
It was a fucking it's a drone that turned into a submarine.
The drone that and is it Lupita Nyong'o? Is that her, or who is it? Somebody else? The black chick.
She played. She was in Captain Marvel as
What's look up the cast.
Brie Larson's best friend. I don't remember her name though.
Yeah, that she was the one that everybody was freaking out. Was like, oh, they're casting her as the next Bond.
Yeah, people keep saying that, but funny enough, they released a poll made by artificial intelligence today, and it was like to the percent what the people across the entire internet who they want for their Bond. They're saying that Henry Cavill is the next runner-up,
Really?
according to that.
I don't want
Fuck
that.
that shit. No. We already have him in Mission Impossible. I want Idris Elba or that chick.
Idris
who you're
Elba's
talking
too
about.
old though.
He is
If
too
it
old.
was
And he
Idris Elba,
he
like
also doesn't want to do it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is Daniel Craig's last Bond movie because he's too old.
He's,
he's
fucking
getting
old.
there.
He's
He's like
almost 60.
50 something, right?
He's 50.
Yeah, he's almost 60.
The movie between Daniel Craig and if it were Henry Cavill wouldn't be much different. Like it would definitely be like brute brawler kind of Bond. So
Right.
yeah, I agree.
We need a brand new face. Brand new face. No fucking Tom. What's his name? Bane.
Tom
Um,
Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Nah.
because they talked about him for a minute there. I don't want him.
One of the
It's either
names that popped up was, and I think this is an interesting one, Richard Madden, the guy who played Robb Stark on Game of Thrones.
Oh
He's
no
out
shit!
there.
Really?
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be opposed
I think
to that.
that's a smart bet because it's
that
literally
could
like,
work.
he's working actor, definitely British in real life.
Yeah, and he's not a superstar, which
Right.
is good.
And he doesn't look at all like not at all the same body type. He's short though. I think he's kind of short. That might be the only thing.
So is Daniel Craig short as shit? Daniel Craig's 5'9". He's super short.
He is?
He's
Hey, I'm
5'9".
5'9".
You're short.
I'm only 5'8".
Me too.
No,
I'm
actually,
short
you're
for a
average.
Bond.
You're average height. You're an
Yeah.
average height man. Yeah.
But I was saying, like, even Bond doesn't even have to be British. Like, I think that the precedent now is that he just has to be from a British colony. Because, like,
Right. Well,
what's his name?
George Lazenby was Australian.
Australian, Brosnan's Irish.
Connery's Scottish.
Connery
Yeah.
Scottish. You just can't be American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't be American.
Isn't the character written? Isn't
because
the
we have
original
no-
writer American too, though?
Oh, fucking Cubby Broccoli? That's the producer.
Or you talk about Ian Fleming? No, I think
Yeah,
he's
was it-
Ian
British.
Fleming. Yeah, Ian
Is he
Fleming.
British? Oh, okay.
Pretty sure he's British.
Whatever. Crow, what do you think about this trailer?
I really like it. It brings all the good elements of Bond. Like you get a little bit of the cartoony-nish.
That's a word. I'll back you on that.
Cartooniness.
Oh, cartoon in there.
With fucking Rami Malek as a villain because I agree with Dan. I don't know if I'm sold on him yet as a villain, but no, but you get the cars, you get the gadgets, you get Q. They had Q in the fucking plane there for a minute in the background. You got you get
like
His evil lair looks pretty cool.
Hey, remember, I'm Q.
it's weird that he's in the like they get him out in the field, but it's so I think it has the potential to be maybe his best Bond, just judging by the trailer.
I think
Well, it's
I feel
also
like
it's
Well,
directed
it
by
was-
what's his name? The dude who directed the first season of True Detective. Carrie
the-
Fukunaga. So
Oh, right.
oh yeah.
that right there, hopefully, will like.
Isn't it Rick?
No.
Isn't it Rick Fukunaga?
No, I think it's Carrie.
It
But it
definitely-
was originally Danny Boyle was going to
definitely-
direct it. Remember that?
I don't remember Danny Boyle being.
Yeah, he was.
slated to
He
do
was
it.
gonna. Him and his like writing partner were gonna write and direct it, and I guess the producers didn't like the direction they were going in, so they,
So they made
got
Yesterday instead.
yeah, exactly.
Hey Berto, just for your own knowledge, Richard Madden is exactly 1/4 inch shorter than Daniel Craig.
Oh,
How
really?
tall is
So
Daniel
he's-
Craig?
According to IMDb, Daniel Craig is 5'10", and Richard
Okay.
Madden is 5'9"
Well,
and 3/4.
we're gonna
Nine
get
and
there
3/4?
eventually. We're gonna get there eventually,
Well,
but short
he's
spies.
perfect
We'll get to
then.
Tom Cruise at some point.
That's true.
all 5'2" of them.
Craig.
yeah, exactly.
I know it's his movie magic. You're right, because I never even thought Tom Cruise was short in my life because of the way that they
Dude,
film
he's
him.
super short.
But yeah, I guess I always thought Daniel Craig was kind of.
Have you ever watched Eyes Wide Shut? when he's
No,
walking-
I never saw that.
When
movie.
he's walking down the hallway with Nicole Kidman, when they were married at the time, he's wearing platforms and she's
Yep.
still fucking taller than him.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Which,
crazy.
hey, man, whatever. He's a beast, though. Tom Cruise is a beast.
No, true.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet, but a teaser.
Jesus,
Ah.
what's coming? But yeah, no, I think this trailer looks good. I also am not. I don't know how I feel about Rami Malek. I'm not a big Bond guy, to be honest. I saw all the Pierce Brosnan ones. I've seen all the
Me
Daniel
neither.
Craig ones, obviously.
Right.
So do you know, Drew? Because I think I think maybe Crow might like it a lot too. Maybe Dan, I don't know. But as I know, Drew's the biggest Bond guy that I know. Is Rami Malek's character anybody that jumps out from past Bond movies to you as the villain? Because I don't know him.
Well, there was this rumor that, like, because they were filming in Jamaica, which is where they filmed the first movie, Dr. No, that he was going to play like a reincarnation of Dr. No.
Mhm.
But I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so.
Dr. No's Asian, right? In the original?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
He
perfect
is.
because nobody knows what Remy Malek is, so he
Yeah.
can be anything.
He's
very ambiguous.
What is he?
I just want the
thought he was
world to be
Egyptian.
tidy.
Egyptian. You just think that because he
He
played
has a twin brother.
He played,
too. Did
he
you know
played
that?
a what's his face in what is it? The Night at the Museum.
Yeah,
He was
Night
the
at the
fucking
Museum.
pharaoh.
I love Rami Malek. He was awesome in the Pacific.
Dude, he's fucking great. He's the best character in the Pacific. He's
Yeah.
I don't
fucking
even,
big.
dude. I love the Pacific. I don't even remember him from it.
Speaking of
Dude,
short
he's-
people,
he-
5'7.5".
He plays a Puerto Rican dude who's like digging out fillings from the Japanese.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And he's
Remember
throwing
that
He's throwing pebbles in the dude's like cracked open skull.
in the skull. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's suffering from some sort of dissociative disorder after a while, but he's solid as a soldier, like in the show. Like
Right.
really
forgot he
good
was in
character. Yes.
You guys,
Dude,
you guys,
Dude, the Pacific and Band of Brothers is a great like
Bookends.
incubator
Yeah.
for like young actors who are now famous. Like Tom Hardy was in Band of Brothers. You know, you would
That's right.
miss him if you blinked once. You know, incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Rami Malek as a Bond villain. I'm sure he's gonna kill it.
right.
Yeah, me too. I have faith in Remy.
well, like I was saying, they got all the elements of all the classic Bond in one trailer. You got your goofy villain, your car chases, your cool stunt. You got it all. You got
You
the
catch.
the
The
gadget.
one thing I got that made me really nervous was that one shot of him, like he's on a motorcycle and he goes up and over the wall, and there's just like a crowd of people right there. I'm
I
like,
saw
oh no,
that.
he's
I
gonna
saw
land
that.
right
Yeah,
on
yeah,
him.
yeah. I thought about that too.
I like
oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I have to bring up my future wife Ana de Armas is in the movie.
She's the
She was
Bond.
in
Oh, yeah.
Knives Out.
Yeah.
I am full on in love with that girl. I'm so pumped that she's in this movie. I really hope that they don't hook up because she's way too young for him. But yeah,
Well, they
That's
won't.
all.
They isn't that the plot from the last movie that girl from Spectre?
Leah
Yeah.
Seydoux.
Yeah, she's like his
Mr.
like, love
White's
interest
daughter.
now, right?
Right. you're
She's
right,
his
yeah.
love interest, and this is the first time a love interest is carried over to another movie for him, right?
Right. Yeah, and she doesn't have some crazy fucking horrible name.
I gotta ask.
I think there was like way earlier in the Connery movies. It was like one.
Oh, really? Because I thought it was
Bond
Bond.
girl
I
got carried
thought
over.
I thought it was always established as the Bond girls end in one movie and then go.
They
to
usually do. That's historically how it goes.
Yeah.
But I think there's been a handful of times where they carried over and had
Dude,
like a
those
big part. in the
those
next movie.
old names for the chicks in those movies were so fucking ridiculous. Like a lot of vagina. Like, was that Austin
That's
Powers?
Austin
Austin
Powers.
Powers.
Yeah, but also
Pussy
wait.
galore.
Pussy galore.
Pussy galore. I just watched one the other night. I couldn't.
There was,
Oh my god,
oh, there was one called oh shit. I
it's
should know all
insane.
these.
It's absolutely insane that they got away with that shit. Like,
Mm.
Yeah.
like what
Well,
happened
you
to
can
real
get away.
names?
You can get away with Pussy Galore because she loves the fucking cats. Like,
Right.
Right? Isn't that the character trait for that character?
I don't
No,
know.
she's like a fighter
No.
pilot.
Yeah,
She has like
is?
a, she has like
Oh,
yeah,
I don't fucking
no.
know.
yeah, she
I'm
has
thinking
a
of
group
Selena
of,
Kyle from fucking.
there's a really
Batman.
like by today's standards scene where like it's implied that she is possibly a lesbian and Sean Connery's Bond fights her in like a hayloft and turns her straight.
It's incredible.
Pussy galore. We got Tilly Masterson, Bonita Dink. Damina Derval, Paula Cat. Oh God.
What's her name? In Goldeneye.
Kissy Suzuki.
Oh,
You only live twice. Oh my God.
Onatop. Xenia Onatop.
On a top, yeah. On a top.
GoldenEye.
All right.
The best Pierce Brosnan movie by far.
I love GoldenEye. GoldenEye's great. Got Sean Bean. Oh my God.
Sean Bean. I wonder if they'll try to throw him in the ring for the James Bond. He's way too old.
Berto, can you do your Tina Turner
He'll die.
impersonation again?
Immediately.
What,
Can you do
Barcelona?
that Tina Turner impersonation again? It was really good.
Oh, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
It's my favorite theme song out of any of the movies.
It's such a weird choice because was Tina Turner even popular in 1995 or whenever that movie
No,
came out?
I think it was like a throwback where they were like, let's get some legendary.
No, she had a couple comeback hits in the 90s.
Like GoldenEye.
You big Tina Turner fan?
I'm a big music fan, bro.
They're gonna get Will Smith to do the new one for this new movie.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah,
Throwback
that's the
to
one
Big
thing.
Willie style.
Aside from Adele, Craig hasn't had like a really good. He hasn't had a good run of songs.
I think the Skyfall song is fucking perfection.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Skyfall.
But then the last movie, the Sam Smith song, you're like, what the?
Well, I don't even remember it. So what does that say?
A View to a Kill is the best Bond theme song ever.
Really?
I agree.
Luffy, can you cue that up right now?
No.
Into the fire. No, it's
All
the
right.
best.
Yeah, there we go. Keep going.
It was actually the it went to number one, which was a movie trivia battles question, which Andy actually got right, but you said it was wrong.
Yeah, because I was looking at the British music charts and not the Billboard charts, and I had.
Oh, right.
Yeah. There's some
Was
fact
that Duran
checking going
Duran?
on.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys know Guitar Bear in Boston? The dude who wears a bear suit and plays a guitar.
Oh, I've met him.
Yeah, I was walking to work one day and he was playing this on the guitar. It made my day.
The chorus is amazing.
Who's playing that?
Dan is. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like Duran Duran as much as the next guy.
All right, shut it down.
Dang it.
Didn't even get to the chorus. Come on.
Dude, Guitar Bear, that's fucking crazy. One of the first video jobs I ever did for a real estate agency in Boston. Guitar Bear was standing in front of the fucking building. Right in Government Center. No, actually, no, by the Common. My bad. Holy shit, Guitar Bear.
I
was walking to work and he was
no idea what you were talking about.
He was playing View to a Kill, and I'm like, that's just a great cut right there. That's a great song to play on a guitar.
Boston legend. It's a dude dressed up like a bear who plays the guitar in Boston.
I gathered what it
Yeah.
was. I just
He
have never
got
heard it.
jumped too. I remember a couple years back. Like, who the hell jumps in mugs Guitar Bear?
Not me.
Fucked
Wink,
up,
wink.
man.
it was probably,
Anyways, where
it was
were we?
probably whoever Yogi Bear's fucking enemy was. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next topic here, guys, which is kind of like the same topic. And I can admit that this topic was not one that I came up with on my own. Another podcast I was listening to touched on this briefly, and I was like, I'm gonna do a whole show around this topic.
I'm sure many podcasts have talked about this.
And that would be, who's the best modern spy? Obviously, I only have 3 on this graphic because they're the 3 that came to my mind, but we could talk about anybody that you guys have seen in modern spy movies and who you think the best is. Dan, who's your favorite modern spy?
Me.
Dan Pagarello.
Yeah.
You.
If we're gonna, we'll start with those 3. If I'm gonna go with those 3, I'm gonna say Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. When you think about it, yeah. When you think about it, he's been the spy in every single one of them. And I mean, 1 was great, 2 was okay, 3 was horrible. And then
Whoa. I love 3.
Yeah, 3 is
You
better
love
than
3
2.
is possibly the best out of all of them.
I'm very like 80s Bond.
I don't
it
think,
is.
I don't think
Okay,
3 is the best on all of them, but it's definitely better than 2.
Yeah. But then, I mean, it took a hard nosedive, but now it's starting to climb back up. And I mean, I really like what they're doing with it. And again, it's all him. It's the same guy. And I mean, I've never been a huge fan of the Bourne movies. I don't think I've actually seen any of them fully.
Well, that's why, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Bond is a classic, but you know, as we touched on earlier, one good, one bad, one good, one bad. What are we getting next? Where I mean, Mission Impossible stuff is in a huge upswing. Are they coming out with another one?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always, forever, until
He'll do Mission Impossible movies until he literally dies on set doing it.
You came pretty damn close on the last one.
Yeah.
I had a different ranking for like the spies. I was like thinking about their skills and like their personas, and I'm like,
I'm
like,
on your page, Drew.
I'm like, wait, all right. So Ethan Hunt can run really fucking fast. So
no, he just looks like he runs really fast,
and he just does death-defying stunts just because he makes them look good.
Yeah, but who can fight the best? Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne, you can fight with a towel, a book, a pen, whatever the fuck.
A newspaper
but you know what?
rolled up.
That fucking
but he doesn't remember. He has amnesia, so that's a problem. Or is it?
No, let's see.
No, and he's a fucking savage is what he is.
He's the most interesting spy.
Most interesting, yeah, I'll give you that.
So I think, movie-wise, I think Mission Impossible, only because, like Dan said, they're consistent. And where they have the same spy in all the movies. And he's been doing it since 1996.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
ridiculous to me. So I think he's older than Daniel Craig, and he looks about 20 years younger and does all his own fucking stunts.
That's true.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is a beast. He's
a time lord.
Like you gotta respect it.
You have to take into account, all right, is that when it comes to Bond, right, I'm only counting Daniel Craig for my list that I have here because every Bond is different. Like if you were going to go Pierce Brosnan Bond versus Jason Bourne kills him every time. But if it was Daniel Craig Bond versus Bourne, it'd be a fucking pretty even match. So it's like one of those things. Like I'm going.
That's why I wanted the best modern spy.
I think Bourne would fuck him up. To be honest,
he would. Well, Bourne is one of those guys who always ends up winning by the skin of his teeth. You know what I mean? Like at the end. Yeah. But then again, so do all these motherfuckers. Yeah, he's all
fucked up and limping out. Yeah,
but Bond can take like blunt force trauma to his nuts and like not even flinch. So
that's true.
He flinched.
That stands for something. But I was gonna say, like, it's funny. I was actually talking.
About he goes. when he's using the rope.
As far as pure a pure spy goes, I was talking about this with a few buddies of mine, like how Bond is like an operational security nightmare. Like he gives up he blows his cover immediately to anybody he talks to.
Everybody knows who he is. Yeah, everyone knows who he is.
He's always confused.
You know what though? You're right. Hold on. But on that point, the same can be said for Ethan Hunt too, because Ethan Hunt, while he does walk. Oh, my fucking mic just fell. While he walks the line of like being in the shadows and like trying to be like undercover and shit. He gets in more fucking like
he
big
makes
crowded.
Some of the dumbest mistakes. That you could ever imagine. Like
he goes like he gets in the most chases, the most like he draws so much attention to himself. It's not even funny. And I would give the edge in that particular category to Jason Bourne over the other ones because he literally is like, I like maybe once in a while someone will hit my car and then I'm gonna fucking run away on foot and you're never gonna find me again.
But Jason Bourne is really good at sneaking up on you when you least expect it. He's in a building across the street in Manhattan. All of a sudden, he's somewhere like it's like
he's pinging cell phones.
He's got that cool fucking ability where you look and he's gone.
Yeah,
right. He disappears like Batman. He's got the Batman disappearing ability.
But on the other foot, though, that's the only category that I'm going to give Jason Bourne any ground on because for me, his movies are the worst. They are so boring, and I beg to differ.
Really.
I think the first three are pretty great.
The Bourne Identity is a great fucking movie.
The first one is but I feel like every other movie is just like
It's a repeat.
It's so
It's a repeat
boring.
of the first
And I'm not
one.
saying Mission Impossible isn't a repeat. I'm not saying the other Bond movies.
No. Mission Impossible's got better and better. Like
They
Dan
do
just
get
said.
better and better, and
They do.
He's also got the least amount of movies comparative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
The Bourne
Well, no,
Identity is
four-
one of my favorite spy movies.
Craig's fifth movie hasn't come out, so there's 4 Bourne movies, right?
Well, 5 if you count.
There's
the,
four.
Jeremy Renner. Well, Jeremy
Jeremy
Renner is my
Renner.
favorite. Is my favorite Bourne.
Mission Impossible 2, 3, Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation,
Fallout.
and then Fallout, and then whatever comes out after. Yeah.
Right.
The last Jason Bourne movie was terrible.
Oh yeah, Jason Bourne.
The Ultimatum was and I thought.
And then Jeremy Renner stepped up for the Bourne Legacy or whatever it was.
Yeah, fuck that.
Where he's hung. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Where
surprisingly,
he was a retarded person who got injected with some serum to make him smart, and then he learned that. Like that was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Where he was like Forrest Gump level intelligence, and then he got a shot that made him smart.
That's almost a better story than the actual Bourne story. It just was the worst.
Oh, way
movie.
better. I was just shocked by it. I was like, really?
Right.
He was a army infantryman who had an IQ of like 80. He was like on latrine duty, and they were like, "Fuck it, let's just use Jeremy Renner."
here's an interesting fact. Matt Damon was not the first person to play Jason Bourne. There was a fucking made-for-TV movie called The Bourne Identity in like 1980. Yeah, because the novel is that old.
Really?
It's the same. It's the same story as The Bourne Identity. It's the same exact story, only way fucking worse and way fucking cheesier.
Who played Bourne? Anybody we know?
No, I don't think so. But he looked like all the action heroes of the 80s, like early 80s. Like he looks like an
Cut some
middle-aged.
Sorry, Chris. You went all robot. You went all robot voice and like real. Your screen like timed out.
Yeah.
Are you good now?
I'm good. I guess.
Okay.
That's a deep cut quote from.
Oh man, you got a fucking dart in your neck. What's Chris, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I have no idea.
Who was it? You said it was what? It was Danny Glover that played Jason Bourne in the one that you watched.
It looked like a middle-aged dude with shaggy hair from the 70s.
So it was like Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, it was like a Donald Sutherland type. Yeah.
You went right from like it's Donald Sutherland. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh man.
I almost
More
had a heart
like
attack.
Robert Wagner. If Robert Wagner was Jason Bourne.
So what are your? So I know Dan's rank. Dan, your ranking was you go Mission Impossible, Bond, Bourne.
Yes.
That's mine's the same. I have the same ranking you do. Berto, what is your ranking?
Well, my ranking for those 3 would be. See, it's tough because almost in my head, I almost don't think of Bourne as a spy, because I know he was, but I think of it in terms of who would kick the other one's ass.
Modern espionage. Modern espionage.
Yeah,
movies.
his movies have nothing to do with spy shit, really.
Right, but he was a spy.
He spies in all of them.
Well, no, he was more of an assassin than anything else.
Yeah.
So I gotta, I feel like if you were to pair them up, Bond and Bourne would kick the shit out of Ethan Hunt and toss him in the garbage.
Unless he outruns them.
and then Bourne and Bond would have to have it out. And at the end of the day, Bourne would fucking roll up a newspaper and beat the shit out of Bond. So I got to go with Bourne, Bond, Ethan Hunt. But I wrote down a bunch of other modern spies that I like possibly more.
Well, we can talk. We're gonna bring those in. I want to get to the outliers.
I got to go with Bourne at the top. Which I know a lot of people will say is silly because Bond is obviously the ultimate spy, but no, I like Bourne.
Okay. Yeah.
He's so fucking vicious, dude. He's so vicious.
Chris, what's your ranking?
Bond's number 1 for me just because he's always number 1. I'm a huge fucking Bond fan. And there's so many iterations of him and so many movies that you'll always find at least 4 that you'll like.
Out of 25 movies,
Out of 25
just 4.
movies, yeah. Well, you can pick your Bond.
I'd say 50% are good movies.
Yeah.
At least.
Fuck Roger Moore.
But you can pick who you like, whoever's your taste. You got the goofy one, the more serious one, the even more serious one. There's really only really one.
The Australian one.
Yeah.
Then I'll go with Bourne just because I find his story pretty interesting, and his fight scenes are fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Although I do think there are better Mission Impossible movies as a whole. That's a really hard one. It's a really hard one. It depends on the criteria.
Okay.
But I feel like Mission Impossible, at least, I mean, I haven't seen the last few movies. Didn't it kind of become like a Scooby Gang thing where it's like they're all working together and it's like a team collective?
That's another. That's another
Yeah.
thing. Like Ethan Hunt doesn't work in his own.
No.
Yeah.
Well, neither does Bond.
Well, more
He's
so.
got M. He's got Q. You know, he's got all those motherfuckers.
Yeah, but when he's out in the field, he's pretty much on his own.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
except for what's her name? Chick from 28 Days Later. She's out there with him. She shot him though.
Moneypenny.
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 Drew, which I assume I already know yours, but what's your ranking?
Austin Powers.
Yeah, Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, Leslie Nielsen, and
Oh hell yeah,
Johnny English.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah. No, I guess I mean, obviously, like I'm a big fan of the Bond series, and yeah, there's a lot of horrible Bond movies out there. But like as Chris said, you get a lot of flavors. You get a lot of like it's like going to an ice cream shop. You know, there's flavors you don't like, and there's flavors you love. So you get a lot of variety. And I don't know, with Craig, it kind of like breathed life back into the franchise where they started very stripped down, low tech, and kind of build towards this like classic Bond,
Right.
motif. So, like I have an appreciation for that, like gritty, like just like straight up espionage. I guess you could call it that, but Casino Royale. But like now we're finally getting into classic Bond form. So, but yeah,
after
Bond.
15 years, he's been Bond for 15 years.
I know, and he's only done 5 friggin' movies. What?
Right.
Like, why do they keep spreading them out so far?
I don't know.
Just to give you an idea, Mission Impossible 7 and 8 are both currently filming. So,
Wow.
There you go.
But yeah, anyways, going back to the rankings, I'd put Bond in the top slot. Bourne's pretty close behind for me, and then Ethan Hunt. Which again, like none of them are slouches, and I wouldn't like say like
Yeah.
like really we're talking about like the cream of the crop. So
I wish we could extend
Solid
this
Snake
past movies.
Solid Snake
is Solid Snake in fucking.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell. What's his name? Would be probably the
Sam
top.
Fisher.
Sam Fisher and Solid Snake would be the top.
Jack Ryan. Is Jack Ryan? Yeah, Jack Ryan.
He's in
movies. Is he a
But
spy
he's
though?
Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, he's less of a spy than that though. Isn't he just a fucking like isn't he like a linguistics guy?
Yeah.
Right. He was a military police, I think, and I got to look it up.
well, that depends on which Jack Ryan you're talking about too.
That's true.
Yeah.
I only count one, and that's Hunt for Red October. What's his face? Alec Baldwin.
Alec
Baldwin.
Yeah.
No,
He's an analyst. He's an analyst.
Analyst. Yes.
Remember when Ben Affleck was fucking
Some of All Fears.
Some of All Fears.
Yeah.
Jack Ryan.
Yep. Everybody gets their turn to play Jack Ryan. Yeah, this is tough because for me, honestly, I know you guys are defending the Bourne movies, but to me, I've never even watched one the first one I liked, but that was it, and it was just liked. I didn't love it. It didn't catch me. It's quiet and like boring, and then the fight scenes are great and they're gritty and they were real and visceral, and that first movie got me with that, but I didn't care about the plot. I don't care about the character at all. and that's kind of where why that one's my
It's
lowest
more of a thriller than it is like a action movie, for
Right.
sure.
Right. It's for sure. And I don't know. Maybe that's my mind always like drag my I always go to like blockbuster films. I'm always pulled in that direction always with my movies. So that's why I think I lean heavier into Mission Impossible than I do even Bond, because it hits all my boxes when I'm watching it. Like, it's fun and funny. It's a popcorn flick, but like there's some twists and there's good action. So that's me.
But they're all they're all like, if you like one of them, chances are you're gonna like all three of them to some degree. So it's not like oh, this one's great and that one sucks. Like, they're all pretty damn good.
That's right. I would never say that the Bourne movies sucked because I don't love them. Like,
the first one has the edge because you get to understand what happened. You know what I mean? Like, you get introduced to his situation, and that I think is the first 20 minutes of the Bourne movie is more interesting than all three. You know what I mean? They find him at sea, random fisherman. He's got fucking a thing in his back with numbers, and he doesn't understand who he is, but he can do all this shit. Watching his story unfold in the first half hour of that movie is more interesting than the whole franchise itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think that's what you guys are probably frustrated with, because then the rest is just him uncovering more shit, figuring out more shaky cam car chases to film, and, you know, who else can he fight, you know? Yeah. Although I will say the fight in the third movie with the guy Desh is probably the best hand-to-hand combat fight I've ever seen in a movie, you know?
You're right, though. The first
Carl Urban in the second one, by the way.
Oh, the car chase in the second one is fucking phenomenal.
With Carl Urban and the Mercedes SUV, very good.
There's a lot of cross-pollination with The Boys and other topics we've been talking about. We got Philip Seymour Hoffman was a great villain in MI3.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was the best Mission Impossible villain. When he's tied up on the plane and he's like, "I'm gonna hurt your wife. I'm gonna hurt her."
What was the thing he was looking for? Is like the rabbit foot or something.
The rabbit's foot. And they never. It's a total MacGuffin. They never tell you what it is. It's awesome. That's why I like Mission Impossible.
Wait, you liked him better than I mean, spoiler for Drew, but you liked him better than Henry Cavill in the last one?
Way better.
Oh,
way better.
I love Henry Cavill.
I love Henry Cavill too, but Philip Seymour Hoffman can do no wrong in my eyes, dude. That guy's fucking amazing.
He had like 5 more dimensions to his character than Henry Cavill did.
Yeah, dude, but he bested Ethan Hunt on that plane so fast, where he goes, "Ethan, your name's Ethan," and he goes, "You know, you can tell a lot about a person about what he does to somebody when he treats them, you know, when he doesn't have." Oh my god! Like, watch that scene again. It's so fucking good.
Doesn't he like implant? He like implants. He like implants something in his girlfriend's head, and it like fucking just gives her an aneurysm, and she dies.
Yeah, it's like the thing that blows up your brain. Like, oh, so good. You got to pull it out the nose. Oh,
Total Recall style.
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys have some other ones you wanted to bring up? We can jump into the
speaking
ones
of Arnold,
I didn't list.
Speaking of Arnold,
I have True Lies, Harry.
Yes, just about to say that.
Potential best spy, Harry. What's his name? Harry Tasker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tasker.
Now lie in the bed and close your eyes.
No,
dance, sexy.
No, was he really a good spy though?
No.
The first thing that he does is he goes and he screws up that entire mission in the snow.
Yeah. He grabs 2 Doberman pinchers, smashes their brains together. He ends up. Yeah, it's insane. No, but I mean, he's a pretty legendary spy for a movie. I mean, Black Widow.
Do you think staying on Arnold for a minute? Do you think Total Recall is kind of a spy movie and a little bit different guys?
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It is a spy movie.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's got more layers than that. But not deep layers. But like that's a 80s classic like sci-fi film too. But yeah, I guess it's a spy movie.
It's one of the most legendary action movies of our time. Like, I remember when that movie came out, seeing the trailers for it, and my mom wouldn't let me go see it, you know, and my dad kept offering, I'll take them. She was like, fuck no, like, it's not gonna happen.
Your dad was like, dude, there's 3 boobs in it. Stick with 3 boobs. I gotta get you to the theater.
Oh, you're talking about Total Recall. Okay.
Oh, what were you talking about?
True Lies.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, True Lies. Harry.
yes.
That's
Sorry.
a spy movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Total Recall.
No. Harry Tasker from True Lies.
Yeah. Any others? Who else got a good? I know Crow. I know you said you had some fringes.
Oh, did any of you see Atomic Blonde?
No, I heard it was terrible.
The movie wasn't that great, but her fight scenes were pretty on par with Jason Bourne fight scenes. Like,
Really?
she kicked some ass, yeah. And it was gritty too. It wasn't like they were slamming her head into walls and shit. Like it wasn't. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, no, that's an honorable mention. Is her in Atomic Blonde, that one-off movie that will never have a sequel. So I
liked The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh yeah, Henry Cavill, right?
Henry Cavill and what's his face? The fucking
Army Hammer.
Army Hammer, yes.
Army Hammer. Wow. I just watched The Social Network the other day.
Which is the funniest fucking name. His name is Army Hammer because all I can think about is the fucking baking soda.
Didn't they Army Hammer? Didn't they want Army Hammer for Batman at one point?
He was considered he was in the running.
They wanted Army Hammer for everything at one point.
He really is. His name gets tossed around for everything. He's never really landed in anything that's been successful.
He got to play 2 roles though in Social Network.
Yeah.
True. The Winklevoss twins.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about Melissa McCarthy in the movie Spy? Which I just watched.
What about the Spy Kids?
Spy Kids, hell yeah!
I have Spy Kids written down right there, baby.
I enjoy that movie, and I pretty much enjoy anything that Paul Feig will direct.
Awesome.
Well,
Robert Rodriguez did Spy Kids.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about Spy Kids.
My bad.
McCarthy.
He's talking about Spy.
Talking about Melissa McCarthy here.
You like Ghostbusters with 2016?
It was fine.
It was just
Awkward
okay.
silence.
I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't hate Ghostbusters 2016 either.
It was fine, but Paul Feig I go back to him as the skinny camp counselor in Heavyweights. Same guy. He shows up on set always in a suit and everything, and he just seems like a real nice guy. And he always ends up with a movie that's decently funny.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't even know he was in Heavyweights. He's what? Is he Lars?
No, he's the skinny camp counselor. Oh, they're all making fun of him.
Yeah. That's Paul Feig.
Yeah.
The guy who eats Twinkies and passes out with the kids in the fucking Indian outfit.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Honestly, though, what other spy movies can you think of?
Well, my favorite spy is Eric Bana from Munich.
Yeah.
Nobody will know that one.
No,
that's my favorite.
No.
Avner Kaufman from Munich. That is my favorite.
I know. I've seen Munich, but it's funny. My mind didn't even go to Munich when I was thinking of spy movies for this.
I have a crazy love for that movie, and he's a Jewish spy, and he's fucking tracking down motherfuckers and killing them. Daniel Craig is in it also.
Yes.
Pre-Bond.
I always think of that line from Knocked Up. Munich.
Munich.
He goes, oh, Munich. Yeah, exactly.
You guys ever watched The Americans? I know some.
Yes.
You like
I love that show.
Yeah.
I never watched an episode.
Great fucking show. Absolutely.
I was gonna say
for that, even though it's TV.
I don't know if Homeland. I don't know if you watched that, but
she can.
She's a great spy, but a horrible person.
Yeah,
horrible crier. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's never been a more ugly crier on the planet.
Ugly cry is perfect for Claire Danes.
Oh my god. I like that first season. Somebody just gave a heart to the Claire Danes thing.
I just saw that pop up. Yeah. Somebody hearts up. like Andy.
And he's like, yeah, I hate Claire Danes.
I love Claire Danes, but yeah, she is like the epitome of the ugly cry.
Oh, it's terrible. And
She has one in Terminator 3 too, when her father gets killed. She just
I bet she was in Terminator 3.
Mike
Captain
Kripke's
Brewster.
basement. Captain Brewster.
Claire Danes, like that first season of Homeland, like I loved that. Me and my wife, that's one of the shows we're like, oh,
We're,
can't wait to
my
watch
wife and I are
every week.
rewatching it, right? Well, she jumped in season 4 after the whole Nicholas Brody arc.
Yeah, I dropped off season 3. I was like, what is happening?
So
How many seasons are there?
they're like 7 or 8. So she watched 4. She watched like 4 through 7, and I'm like, oh, you got to watch the first 3. Those are the best ones. So we went back.
Am I too late? Because I tried to watch that show and I made it through like 6 episodes, and I was just like, it just ain't holding my attention. Like I don't know. I think I might have been fucked up by the quality of the newer shows. Like
Yeah.
The first 3 seasons are worth a watch for sure.
So
Especially the first season, like towards the end, it's
not
like,
to
holy
spoil it for anyone, but like, what's his face goes out after 2, right?
Yeah,
shit. 3.
3.
Because I'm almost there. I'm like just getting to the point where he's in Iran right now.
3
That's the third season? What happens in the second season with him then? I don't even remember that one.
Second season, he's a congressman, and then he's a congressman, and then there's like a bombing attack on Langley, and they blame it on him.
They exploit him to try and get the other guy in the second season. That's how it works.
Carrie like spirits him away in like Canada or something, and he goes all over the world like just being tossed around.
Yeah, I stopped watching after that third season. I was like, I don't even like. I'm like, what other story are they gonna tell with these? I'm like, the big bad's gone, and this guy's gone. I'm fucking done. I don't give a fuck about this. That was a gruesome end to a character, by the way. Watch that, Berto. Watch through season 3 just so you can see how this guy gets fucking killed.
I'm glad that you reminded me because I totally forgot that I had been watching Homeland, and my uncle keeps telling me to watch it. So you know what? I'll go back to it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Greatest spy in movie history, Homeland, right?
Homeland.
But it gets to a point though where they're like, there's no friggin' way the CIA would let this woman continue to operate. Like she's got like a like pretty bad mental condition that could completely compromise any mission she's on.
Right. When she's off her meds, she's like she does her best work when she's fucking loopy and she's got all the fucking things all over the place.
She got color coded and shit.
Right. Berto, what's going on? You get attacked by fucking bears or what?
No, it's just there's vast woods behind me and I hear shit sometimes. I every once in a while I get paranoid where I'm like, is there a fucking bear back there? Like Jesus Christ. Like yeah.
Darkness imprisoning me. Oh, it is.
One of the but I was just about to go to a point. Thanks, Crow. You just fucking
He just randomly started singing Metallica.
Drew, by the way, that photo I found of James Hetfield looks just like you.
Did you guys see the new one? You guys see the most recent one that I sent just now?
No.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, when I was backstage, I was like shaking laughing because I think I'm the only one who saw it. Because you sent it right as the match went live.
I sent it at the beginning of the episode because I found the only picture I had where you had the fucking handlebar mustache from Halloween.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's incredible. It looks just like you. It's so funny. It was only I never would have guessed you look like him, except for that. It's just the way he looks when he's getting ready to eat that food. Like I've seen you make that face on this like channel, and that's why I was like, that's true.
Well, if they ever do a Metallica biopic, which I'm sure will happen at some point, hopefully they think of me before I get too old and out of shape.
I think Drew, you'll age very well, I'm sure.
Oh man. Does anyone else have any other spies they want to bring
spies.
I can't think of any, to be honest.
I'm hard pressed. Yeah, I don't know why I can't think of any other ones, but
well, I got Black Widow.
Yeah, I guess you can consider Black Widow. Yeah, we don't know how that movie is though, but I guess from what she's given in the actual Marvel movie, she hasn't been that great of a spy. But...
No, I mean she's pretty bad. I mean, except for the intro to the Avengers, that's about it.
She's an interesting character to me in the whole Avengers.
I mean, she's super hot. Yeah.
Oh, least interesting.
The least interesting character to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about her story
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I'll tell you what. The only reason I even really care about the Black Widow movie is because I love Taskmaster in the comic books,
Right.
and I want to see
see.
that character brought into the and see how they handle him. I actually think it's going to be a chick in this iteration.
And they're not only that, but they're like 5 years too late on this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
6
sure.
years. 6 years now that it's been pushed.
Yeah. Right.
But, yep. That's interesting.
I think that, Black Widow deserved a movie way before Captain Marvel, but I get it. Captain Marvel factors into the whole scope of everything. But yeah, Black Widow is definitely going to be more interesting than Captain Marvel, at least to my mind.
No, it definitely will.
Captain Marvel was just like, all right, we just got to wait till this is over so we understand some of the backstory for Endgame, and we're good.
I just want the post-credit scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the Skrulls are good guys, and they're fucking refugees, I guess.
It's because Black Widow is like a human character that doesn't have superhuman powers, and she still hangs with all the other guys and has her own skill set.
Well, she's the best hand-to-hand combatant for sure.
Yeah.
She trained Captain America, and arguably she might be a little superhuman. She was experimented on back in Russia. If you think about it. But we're getting into the nitty-gritty.
I don't know. I don't think she's very interesting as a character. I do like Scarlett Johansson, but
yeah, she's a great actress. So she has a leg up on.
Is she a great actress? I don't know.
Who's more interesting, her or Hawkeye?
Her, definitely.
Hawkeye's got a family. Hawkeye's got like a family and shit to fight for.
Because he has a family,
Dude,
yes,
automatically more interesting.
Infinitely more interesting.
You got me there. I think she's more interesting than Hawkeye.
Okay.
I don't know. I only thought she was cool in Iron Man 2 when she was super hot with that curly hair, and that's it.
Yeah, she went blonde with like bangs, and she looked weird at one point. I think that was Ultron.
I
got emotional when she fucking ate it. And sorry, Drew. Have you seen Endgame?
Yes, I have.
Right. Dude, I hated that shit. That sucked.
Yeah, when they were fighting each other to see who was gonna die. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Hawkeye gets to live. Fuck you.
He has a family.
I don't give a shit.
I expect all of you to make the same sacrifice for any of these.
Yeah, he has a family, but wasn't he like when he thought his family was dead? He just went to like Tokyo and just became like a.
Yeah,
became like an anime character.
His family was snapped away, and then he turned into
Ronin,
psychopath.
Yeah, like exactly.
He became Ronin, which is that's the other thing I want to know is like, all right, so I know that Hawkeye is like an expert marksman, but when did he learn samurai sword skills? Like, that's something he had in his back pocket.
Hey.
Those are very transferable skills.
Yeah. Oh, right.
It's the same thing, dude.
He hit a guy with a bow a couple times.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like Legolas. Legolas is an archer, but then he whips out those two swords and he's like fucking cutting
his
people
daggers,
down.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah, okay.
This precedence for archers being awesome swordsmen. Robin Hood is an awesome swordsman as well as an incredible archer.
True. And Drew, did you notice who he fucking beat? It was Dogen at the beginning of Endgame.
from Lost.
Yeah.
That's
it was
right.
Dogen from Lost, yeah. Who Saeed beats the shit out of. Lost.
Dude, I haven't seen Lost since it came off the air. I have no idea the character that you just talked about. Who is that?
He was like the guardian of the temple, right?
Yeah. Dogen?
Yeah. Seasons 4, 5, yeah.
And they had that like it was like that
I think you're thinking of Jacob.
Lazarus pit that like brought Saeed back to life and he was evil.
Oh yeah.
So
Dark Saeed.
Dark Saeed.
Dark Saeed.
We're already on 2 hours. If we start talking about Lost right now, we're gonna go like
that's very true.
All right. I think that's good for tonight, guys. We all know where we stand. Mission Impossible is the best, and the rest of them are trash. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Anyway, no. You guys all have your own merits for your own reasons for liking your movies the way you do, just like me, who has the better movie taste.
Opinion. Yeah.
But,
we all know Duffy has the best Best taste out of all of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct. That's going to do it for us here on Geek Babble. Thanks to anyone who tuned in. Thanks to anyone who's going to watch us in future videos. Please click the like button. Please click subscribe. And please tune into all the other cool stuff we have on this channel, which you can see right here.